So, in the summer of 1927, a nurse named Lillian Carter helped her friend deliver a child, a baby girl named Rosalynn. A few days later, Lillian brought a special guest to the hospital to visit Rosalynn, her 3-year-old son, Jimmy. And for almost a century now, from their childhood homes in Plains, Georgia, to the White House in Washington, through the roughly 4,000 homes they've built for the needy with their bare hands, Jimmy and Rosalynn Carter have shared their hearts, not just with each other, but with the world. In fact, if you look at the most profound and sustained acts of kindness over that time, you'll discover that Jimmy and Rosalynn have been involved in so many of them. You might even call it the Carter century. From brokering peace deals during global conflict, to eradicating Guinea worm disease, to combating the stigma around mental health care very early, their lifelong commitment to serving others is impossible to sum up, let alone in a short video. Although we've tried. Take a look.
We can choose to alleviate suffering. We can choose to work together for peace. We can make these changes.
Everybody is ready to change how we think about stigma.
One is to speak out and get people talking about mental illness so that everybody in our country can realize that it's just an illness like any other illness.
Let people know that you care about them, and we'll have a better world.
The Carter Center will not give up until the last Guinea worm is gone. The bond of our common humanity is stronger than the divisiveness of our fears and prejudices.
When Jimmy and Rosalynn first started dating, he would sign his letters to her with an acronym, ILYTG. I love you, the goodest. Well, there are no two people whose love has done more for the years, over so many years, than Jimmy and Rosalynn Carter. They're both two of my heroes in global health, and I could not be more thrilled to honor them ever with this Goalkeepers Lifetime Achievement Award. The former President and First Lady, of course, could not join us tonight, but we send them our love and our very best wishes. And I want to welcome to the stage Paige Alexander. She is the CEO of the Carter Center, to accept the award on their behalf.
Thank you, Melinda. As we talked about backstage, President and Mrs. Carter offer a lot of advice, and it is so wonderful when it is accepted as warmly as it has been. They send their warmest regards and deep appreciation for this award, and they send a special greeting to both Bill and Melinda, who have been their stalwart partners in global health for decades. So this year, President and Mrs. Carter shared their own health challenges with the world. And they did so typically with straightforward honesty. And in doing so, they really offered us one more lesson in dignity and grace. Tonight, they're exactly where they want to be, together at home in Plains, Georgia. Mrs. Carter turned 96 on August 18th. And President Carter, I know, that's a wow, but President Carter turns 99 in 12 days. And absolutely. And their fervent wish is that the causes that they believe in will find even more champions to ensure health, mental health, human rights, and peace for people everywhere. The most tantalizing win on the horizon is Guinea worm eradication. And when the Carters took up the fight in 1986, every year 3.5 million people in 21 countries suffered this excruciating pain of the disease. And last year, the number dropped to just 13 human cases in the world. So the Gates Foundation has contributed mightily to this effort. And like the Carters, they are passionate about seeing Guinea worm go the way of smallpox into the wonderful permanence of global eradication. In my most recent conversation with President Carter, his first question wasn't about politics, the economy, or even the prospects for his beloved Atlanta Braves baseball team. Instead, he wanted to know the latest Guinea worm count. So we're doing something very special for President Carter's 99th birthday, and I hope all of you will be part of it. We're asking people all over the world to send us a photo with a birthday greeting. And we're turning all of these tributes into a beautiful mosaic. It's a digital mosaic to share with him and his family on October 1. And he is looking at these as we have put them online. So I ask that all of you visit cartercenter.org, and you can help us build this mosaic and tell President and Mrs. Carter what they mean to you. So the Carter Center will carry on the work of this remarkable couple that they started 40 years ago. Their dream is our dream, and that dream will live on thanks to partners like the Gates Foundation and the many Guinea worm warriors worldwide. Thank you very much.